Oh, we're live. We're live and direct.
Good afternoon, everyone.
How's it going, Lauren? You okay?
I'm okay, thank you. Um, yeah, so welcome everyone who's going to watch, or maybe you're eating lunch and you'll watch this later. But today we're going to do focus activity 6 to 7, fears.
Ooh.
So to introduce ourselves, my name is Lauren. I'm from the United States. I've been teaching for 2 years. I live in Bologna, and I've lived in Bologna since October.
Nice. Yeah, everyone here, please introduce yourself if you are here. So my name is Jonny. I've been teaching for 6 years now,
Nice.
I think. Yeah, and I'm from England. I'm from a little village very near to London, kind of between London and Oxford. I also live in Bologna. I work with Lauren, and I've been living in Bologna since last August. Yeah. Were you feeling Bolognese yet, Lauren, or not yet?
No, because I can't go outside and experience Bologna.
That's true. That's true.
But looks like we have someone. Okay, hi, Sonia. From Sri Lanka, but live in Milan. Welcome.
Nice. Never visited Sri Lanka. Have you, Lauren?
No, I haven't. I've never been to Asia.
Ooh. Okay. We'll start with Sri Lanka. Maybe Sonia can give you some tips.
Maybe. I'm not sure where I would start in Asia, to be honest. I'm not sure where.
Yeah. So we're talking about fears.
Mm.
I don't know if anybody. First of all, this word fear or fears. I don't know if you know if this is a noun, or is it an adjective, or is it a verb, or is it an adverb? I don't know if anybody has an idea. Lauren, do you have any ideas?
Yeah, so so fears. If we look at it, it's a plural word. So I think that might mean it's a noun.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, Sonia's given us the Italian translation.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is a noun, absolutely.
Yeah. But then we also have the verb to fear.
Yes. Nice. And we're going to be looking at this word a lot today, and looking at the adjectives as well, like how to kind of turn it into an adjective, and also looking at synonyms as well. But we're going to be talking about all things scary that give you fear. Lauren, take this one.
Absolutely. So in this focus activity, saying what you're afraid of, new vocabulary on fears, telling stories in the past, when and while.
Nice.
Okay, so first let's think, what are some different ways to say I'm afraid of?
Yeah, this is a good question. Very good question, because I know, for example, we're going to have French and Spanish listeners as well, but I know that in Italian, you kind of express this a little bit differently. In Italian, you would say something like, I have fear.
Right, yeah.
In English, it's not incorrect, but it's not really the way that we express this feeling, right, Lauren?
Yeah, we often say like I am something. It's kind of like having an emotion or a state of being. So we are this thing. So we use the verb to be.
Exactly.
Ooh, okay. So we have a couple. We have Luca. Hi, Luca.
Hey, Luca, from near Novara. Where's Novara? Around.
Ooh, we did this. Luca has watched with me before. It's near Milan.
Yes. Yeah.
I remember. It's outside. 40 kilometers from Milan, if I'm correct.
Ooh. Ooh,
You told us last time.
your Italian geography is better than mine. Well, welcome, Luca.
Yeah. Okay.
And we got some answers from Sonia already.
Yeah, I'm frightened of. Good. So now we have the verb to be frightened, right? That would be kind of frightened is another adjective.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, and the really important thing to remember here is the preposition. So of, I'm frightened of, I'm afraid of. This is like a mistake I often hear in English as a foreign language speakers. So remember the preposition is of.
Yeah, we are afraid of things. And then, but we have goosebumps.
Ooh.
Yeah, goosebumps. Do you know the other word for goosebumps?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Is there another one?
Yeah. Goose pimples.
Oh, goose pimples.
How could I don't hear it very often, but some people do use this word to describe goosebumps. Okay. Or goose flesh.
Goose flesh.
Yeah, I've heard them all.
Okay, nice. Goose pimples, I would imagine, is more from the United States. Would that be right?
I don't know where I've heard it really. I just know I've heard other people say it like in conversation. Goose pimples versus goosebumps.
Okay.
I don't hear it very often because I don't use this word very often.
Yeah. I think pimples, like we never use the word pimples.
Yeah, because you use spots, don't you, for pimples?
Yeah.
Or goose flesh because it looks like the flesh or the skin of a goose.
Yeah.
That's where all of this comes from.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of strange, but
we got some nice ones from Luca here.
Yeah, thanks. I'm terrified.
Yeah. And I'm scared of, right? Yeah, really good ones, Luca. Thanks a lot. Should we get the whole list up, Lauren?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. So I will read through these. So I'm scared of, I'm frightened of, I'm terrified of, I'm scared to death of, I get goosebumps when. Okay. I want to take these first four, especially, and try and think about which one do you think is the highest level, like the strongest level of fear, and which one do you think is the lowest level of fear?
So the first four, let's order them.
Yeah.
Most scared to the least scared.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm scared to death of, for example. Do we think that's a really high, strong level of fear? Or do we think that's kind of a medium, normal level of fear? I don't know. What do you guys think? Lauren, you got any ideas?
I think because we're talking about death, I think I'm scared to death would be the highest up there. Something like scared to death is like something that stops your heart, makes you stop in this very moment. You can't control it.
Yeah, fantastic. So that's going to be our number one, right? Scared to death of something you're really super scared of. Okay.
Yeah. So what's the next? What do we think? We have Sonia and Luca still. So what do you think?
Yeah, I'm scared of, I'm frightened of, I'm terrified of. Yeah, there's definitely one there that I think is a bit higher. So yeah, Luca agrees with us. Yeah, death is the strongest. Yeah, absolutely. And Sonia thinks scared to death, terrified, scared, frightened. Okay, Lauren, do you agree with that, or would you disagree with that?
I would disagree with this one personally.
Okay.
I would put scared last.
Yeah. I think I would agree with you. Yeah. So we think, scared to death, terrified, frightened, scared. I mean, frightened and scared are fairly similar. Yeah, maybe frightened has a bit more of a bit more strength, maybe as a word.
Yeah, because you can be scared of something silly. Like, oh, I'm scared. I don't like he scared me, right? Like that would be something kind of silly. But to be frightened, like there's a feeling somewhere in your gut, like, ooh, I really don't like this.
Yeah,
That's how I see it.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Sonia, don't say sorry. It's all good. We're all learning. It's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So,
but they
yeah,
are, I would say they're quite, also, I think frightened of is like a little more formal.
yeah,
It
I
feels
agree.
more formal and isn't used as often or commonly as I'm scared.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think about the word frightened. I think more about you see it more in books, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, well, I love the phrase, you gave me a fright.
Yes. Yeah, I was gonna say. So frightened would be the adjective, right? I am frightened. But you can give someone a fright. Yeah, absolutely. You gave me a fright, which is maybe when if you're working or something and someone jumps out, you're like, whoa, and then they give you a fright, right? In that moment.
Yeah. This I think I've read in like books that take place in the 1800s. Um, oh, actually, there's a scene in the film The Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan,
Yes, love that
and
film.
she says, "You gave me a fright," and then whoever she's interacting with, makes fun of her. They're like, "You gave me a fright." Who says that? Because this is not a common phrase for like this day and age.
Yeah, because she's impersonating somebody else.
Exactly. The British girl trying to be the American girl. And she says, "You gave me a fright."
Yeah. Again, that would be quite a old-fashioned formal phrase.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even think many people use it now, to be honest. But
Yeah. Fantastic. So yeah, maybe Lauren, if you want to just write up the final order, so it would go scared to death of, terrified of, frightened of, scared of, in that order. And then finally goosebumps. This is an interesting one. So again, that on your arm or on your body when the hairs start to rise up, that sensation, that would be goosebumps. Okay. Lauren, do you get goosebumps when you're scared?
I get goosebumps in a lot of different situations, but
Right.
often not. I don't think I get them when I'm scared. I
Yeah.
think I get them when I'm creeped out.
Right. Yeah. I think. Yeah, I don't know about you guys. People like Lucas says, for example, he gets goosebumps when it's cold outside, right? Which is exactly right. And there's a lot of different situations you can get goosebumps.
Mhm.
I think maybe if you're like super, super, super terrified, maybe that might be a situation where you might get goosebumps. But I get it more for like in emotional situations, like if I'm
Yeah.
seeing a nice scene in a film or something, I generally get goosebumps. Is that the same for you, Lauren?
Yeah, so often when I hear people singing, like I see on Facebook people singing in videos, I get goosebumps a lot when they're really talented or they have really good voices or the message, whatever message is in a video, really like touches my heart. I'll get goosebumps.
Yeah. Kind of the same for me. Not so much with fear, I would say.
Yeah. But I think it depends. Some people more than others. It depends on your reaction to certain things. So this
Yeah,
might be true for you and me, but for other people, maybe they get goosebumps all the time when they're scared.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let us know if you're watching a horror film or something and you get goosebumps. If that's your like classic reaction to fear, then yeah, we would like to know.
Yeah.
Lucas said, by the way, Lauren, that you were right. That
Yeah, about
strong from Milan. So
Water.
well remembered.
I did remember.
Nice.
Yeah, good. All right, let's move on.
Let's do it.
So we have from fears, top 10 most common fears.
Yeah.
So we have snakes, spiders, heights, ghosts, the dark, thunder and lightning, confined spaces, needles, dogs, and flying.
Nice one. Yeah. And guys, please start to match the vocabulary to the pictures if you can. Yeah, so Luca never watches horror films.
Yeah, it looks like we have horror movies. Yeah, Sonia doesn't like them and Luca doesn't either. I totally agree with this. I don't like horror movies either.
Well, I don't know. I think we'll talk about this later when we get to the different fears, but I think it's healthy to feel scared sometimes. So I enjoy horror films.
It stresses me out. It makes me so stressed out. You remember our Halloween cinema night?
Yes.
I was like this the whole time. I was so nervous. Okay, so we have some answers for A. We're thinking A is needles. I think that is definitely true.
Yeah, fantastic. So
and remember, this is needles, not we have different types of needles in English, right? This is needles at the doctor.
Yeah. And the needle is the small, sharp bit of metal at the end of a
syringe.
Thank you.
Yes.
And the process would be an injection.
Yeah. Right? Or a shot.
Yeah, or a shot. Fantastic. Yeah. So you could also say, I'm afraid of injections as well. Yeah. Cool. Picture B.
We got B. We got ghosts. Ghosts. Yes. Good answers, guys.
Very nice. Picture C is a little bit more ambiguous, but yeah, Sonia got it right. Yeah, nice work.
Looking on heights.
Good. Remember, this can be confusing for the pronunciation because we have the word weight and we have the word height. Okay, just one letter different, but the pronunciation is totally different. So it's heights.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we have D. We got spider. Spider. Yes. Good job. Okay. E is snakes. Yeah, we'll talk about what we're scared of after this.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys are going. You guys are fast. Commenting like crazy. Okay.
Yeah, nice work.
We have F, confined spaces. Yes, Sonia, confined spaces is F.
Yeah, really nice. We have we'll talk about the Latin names.
Yeah, we will, because we're going to go through this. Okay, we have G, thunder and lightning. Or you can also just be scared of thunderstorms in general. Okay. We have some answers. H, the dark. Good. I, flying.
Fantastic.
And then dogs. Poor dogs.
Yes. Yes, Luca. You and Sonia are on fire.
You guys are, yeah.
Nice one. All right, let's go through in a little bit more detail. So yeah, we said weight and height, an important thing to remember. Spiders, is there another word for that kind of fear, Lauren?
Yeah. Also, while we're talking about these, I want you guys to list your fears.
Yes.
Maybe not all 10, but a couple of you that you are the most afraid of.
So yeah, if you have different fears that are not on the page, then please tell us as well.
Yeah. So spiders, the phobia. So we have the word phobia, right? And when we have a phobia of something, it's kind of like having a fear. But this is the Latin word, right, Johnny? phobia.
Exactly. And so then it will then be probably similar to the romantic languages that most of you speak. And so spiders, we can talk about arachnophobia. If you know how to spell it, Lauren.
I think.
I have no idea.
It's pretty simple. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Oh no, hold on. Arachnophobia. It's not a phobia, it's ophobia.
Okay. Nice one. Arachnophobia. There we go. So I think that's similar to the Latin, to the Romantic languages.
Mm-hmm. I think all of these probably have a phobia name.
Yes.
There's some that are more common than others.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Arachnophobia is definitely a very common phobia.
Yeah, when we think about confined spaces, it's often common to talk about claustrophobia.
These are hard to spell, John.
You don't have to write these out.
I know, but I want to. Oh, I did it though. So it's the same as arachnophobia, spelling wise. Claustrophobia.
Yeah, nice one. If you're describing this to somebody, you can say either I am claustrophobic, or I suffer from claustrophobia,
or I have
claustrophobia.
Yeah,
exactly.
Probably the easier one. I have a phobia.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we have some fears coming through. Grasshoppers.
Ooh, that is an interesting one. Grasshoppers.
That's okay, Sonia. I'm scared of worms.
Really?
I'm not scared of them. Okay, I'm not afraid of what they will do to me, but I really, really, really hate the feeling of them. And and it always creeps me out or freaks me out when I touch them. I can't do it.
Okay.
So worms are not my friend.
Okay. The grasshoppers, yeah. If people don't know what a grasshopper is, it's that like little insect that often lives in long grass. And when you walk through a field, you can hear them everywhere making a noise.
Also called crickets.
Yes. More in the United States, I think.
Yeah, we definitely call them crickets. There's a lot of names for them, actually.
Yeah. So Luca, personally, I've been terrified of heights since I was younger. In this case, we just say since I was young. Okay.
Yeah. A really great sentence, Luca.
Yeah, fantastic, and present perfect as well. Really, really nice. Yeah. So heights. I have an interesting relationship with heights, where when I was young, I wasn't scared of. No, when I was young, I was scared of heights. Then I kind of got over it a little bit, and then now I have some problems again with heights. It's kind of strange.
I'm similar, but I'm not scared of them. I get this very specific sensation when I'm in a high place.
Yeah.
And I can see below me.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of being on a floor in a building that's a really high floor. That doesn't scare me.
Yeah.
But when I can see down and I'm in a really high place.
Yeah. What's this?
Yeah, my feet tingle.
Okay.
I don't know why they do. And same thing if my feet are sitting over the edge of something that is high, my feet tingle.
Yeah, I don't think that's too strange. Like the bottom of your legs.
Yeah. It just always it's always happened to me. So I might not be scared, but my body has this reaction like your feet are not on the ground. Yeah. So you should be aware of that.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Thunder and lightning is an interesting one. Do you guys know what the difference is between thunder and lightning? If you do know, please write in the comments, and we will confirm.
I was definitely scared of thunder as a kid and loud noises in general, like booming. So that's something.
I love storms.
I love them now too.
Yeah, but some people have a big problem with storms. I had a colleague in Parma
Mhm.
who, yeah, it was her number one fear. Like she had a real problem with storms. Just couldn't go outside. Hated it. Uh,
Interesting.
so yeah, it can be a really strong fear.
I will say, so I was in the Dolomites over the summer for
Hmm.
2 weeks last summer, and for the 2 weeks I was there was a storm almost every day. And the storms in those mountains were very scary, like really big thunderstorms that I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah,
So I think also depending on where you are, how severe the storm can be or what your experience is
yeah,
makes a difference.
absolutely. And if yeah, maybe if you have a bad experience at some point in your life with a bad storm, then that can stay with you forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I haven't seen an answer for thunder versus lightning. Interesting.
Sometimes it takes a bit of time to come through. So,
Okay.
okay, then we have the dark. Okay, so the dark can also be called something else. The noun, the dark, is also darkness,
Yeah,
another noun.
yeah. I suppose the dark is more conceptual, isn't it?
Yeah,
And when we talk
exactly.
about fears, we always talk about I'm afraid of the dark.
Yeah.
And of course, there's the fantastic song by Iron Maiden, Fear of
Oh,
the Dark.
I thought you were gonna. Oh, well, there's the band, right? Called The Darkness
And there's the darkness, of course.
with I Believe in a Thing Called Love.
Yes.
Oh, I love that song. But yeah, so the darkness is the actual noun of what the thing is, what is surrounding you when there is no light.
Exactly. Yeah, Luke is. I think he's shouting out the darkness as well. Yeah, I believe in
Yeah,
anything you love.
good.
Fantastic. Um, okay, so I'm going to do thunder versus lightning. Okay,
Okay.
so in a storm, thunder is the thing that you hear, and lightning is the thing that you see.
Mhm. Yeah, so lightning is the electricity, the actual electricity.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so it's often the thunder, I suppose, that's slightly scarier because it can be so loud, and you can like feel it almost.
Yeah, and lightning is normally silent and very quick. It's just like a flash. I think it's definitely the combination of the two that makes it scary.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we have when we have flying. I feel very bad for people who are scared of flying.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, this might be a good time to get the other questions up and talk about the things that we are afraid of. Yeah, having a fear of
Oh.
flying must be super difficult. So let's start with Lauren. Tell me, are those things on there, using the different vocabulary that we had before? Which ones are you scared of?
Okay, so I am the most terrified of snakes on
Ooh,
this list.
okay. Is that your whole life, or is that a recent thing?
It's my whole life. I've tried to get over this fear, but it's kind of like with the worms. I don't like the way snakes feel. I don't like that they're very strong and they can kill you, even though they are very small. That's what makes me scared, is
Okay.
that they like this small thing that's maybe only, this big could kill me.
Yeah, like the poisonous snakes, you mean?
Well, they could strangle me, right? Like I'm thinking of boa constrictors.
Yeah,
They
but
can
but
strangle you.
massive, are enormous.
No, not all of them.
No,
Not all of them.
I'm not a good biologist.
The only reason I know is because I've held a boa constrictor that was small and trying to overcome my fear, and it didn't help because when you can feel the muscles around your arm, I'm like, it's going to squeeze me. It's going to kill me.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. So snakes is of all of these things, honestly, only snakes.
Okay.
Maybe ghosts if I haven't really seen any ghosts in my life. So I think I would be afraid of them if I had seen them.
Yeah. I mean, this list is quite difficult for me because none of it has stayed stable in my life.
Yeah.
Almost everything on the list I've had a different relationship with at different periods in my life. So when I was young, I was very scared of the dark and of confined spaces. And spiders kind of. Now I'm still a bit scared of spiders. And
especially when they look like these ones.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. I wouldn't say I'm not terrified of anything on this list. I don't think. I'm a little bit frightened of dogs. Okay. And that's come from two bad experiences. One from when I was very, very young, and one from about 5 years ago when a dog bit me. So that's kind of come from my experiences. But
yeah, I used to be scared of dogs when I was a child.
Yeah.
Because they were big and they had big teeth, and I don't know.
And you don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah. Also, I didn't have dogs as a child, so they were kind of foreign to me.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I didn't know about them. I don't know how they behave.
Exactly. Yeah. Sonia and Luca are not in agreement with me about the dogs.
No. Okay, so we have most terrified of heights, yeah, and least terrified of dogs. I think when I have taught this lesson before, people most commonly say they are the least terrified of dogs.
Yeah.
Okay, oh look, we got some emojis. Needles, okay. And the least is dogs.
Yeah, I mean needles I can understand. It's such a strange process.
I've overcome quite a few of these fears actually. I'm pretty proud of myself. Like I used to be very scared of needles when I was a child, and now it doesn't bother me.
Yeah. That's true. For me, it's kind of the opposite, actually. When I was a child,
more afraid.
Yeah. But I think it's because I didn't realize they were things to be scared of, and then I meet people who are scared of them, and it kind of transfers to me. If that makes sense. Yeah, for me, so the least for me, I would say I'm not scared of flying. And I'm not scared of ghosts at all. Either of those. For you, Lauren?
Least frightened of would be flying, I'd say. And then after that would probably be thunder and lightning.
Yeah.
Because it still does sometimes, it makes me feel like, ooh, that's a little scary. Like that's a really loud noise. It makes me feel a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Or maybe the dark, between the thunder and lightning and the dark.
Yeah.
Okay, here is a great scared of hornets and bees as well.
Yeah, nice one. Ugh, hornets. Yeah, Sonia is asking what is Lauren?
So a bee is a bumblebee, and bees create honey, right? Mm-hmm. Hornets don't. Basically, they're like bees in the fact they look similar, they have the same colors, they fly, hornets and bees can both sting you. So as Lucas said, they don't bite you, they sting you. That's the action of hornets and bees. But bees don't pollinate, or they don't make honey and pollinate flowers as much as bees do.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I wish I could just show a picture or draw a picture, but that's kind of the best explanation. They look very similar, but
Yeah,
bees.
hornets, I think about hornets kind of longer and thinner.
Yeah. They can look like some bees, though. Yes, I can write it. So
Sting. That one.
hornets sting. So the verb is to sting. Yeah. Luca, I had the same fear as a child because we had a lot of hornets in a barn near my house, and they stung me a lot as a child. But now I'm not scared of them.
Yeah, it's not a nice sensation.
But they, especially, I'm not scared of bees, and I never kill bees because often they think you're a flower, and that's why they want to come to you, because you smell good and they think you're a flower. So that kind of makes me not scared of them anymore.
Yeah, bees are cool. No problem with bees.
Yeah, I just guide them away. When they come to me, I just try to like move them nicely away from me.
Yeah.
Sonia, sorry, are you confused about something?
Yeah, Sonia, you can ask, no problem.
Yeah, ask what I'm not sure.
But yeah, we're going to have a look at overcoming fears. Okay. So what are the most important qualities a person needs to overcome their fears? And what's the best way to get over a fear? So firstly, Lauren, we got these words overcome and get over. Like what's going on here?
Yeah, so we're using some prepositions of place kind of when we talk about fears. We get over them, like literally kind of go over it. We overcome this thing. It's like I imagine it like when you climb a mountain, you literally like go over the mountain and the mountain is your fear.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things. It's one of those many phrasal verbs of get, right? Which can be super confusing. You've got get up, get around, get over, etc. So get over is a phrasal verb, direct synonym of to overcome something. So Lauren, so when we think about your fear of snakes, for example, your best friends, your fear of snakes, what qualities do you think you need or a person needs in general to get over this fear, or to overcome their fears in general?
So there's another verb we can use that I think works really well is we can confront our fears.
Yes.
So we can confront them and meet them, essentially. That's kind of what confront means, is when you meet something that you don't want to. And so for me, I tried to confront my fear of snakes by holding the snake and by touching it and by being with it. It didn't work, but I think often it's a good idea to try and confront your fear, not to ignore it.
Yeah. Personally, I might say, so confront your fear, of course. I might also say face your fears. Verb to face your fears. This is often kind of a very common line you hear in films, or like parents say to children or something. Yeah, you have to face your fears. You have to confront your fears. Absolutely.
Yeah. Good. Luca is facing the fear.
Oh yeah, Lucas has got it right there. Perfect.
Yeah. Great. Or to go to the psychologist. Yeah. I wish I could go to the psychologist for everything I need to go to the psychologist for, but you can't. Always. So yeah, maybe facing the fear is a little easier. A good example, if I'm afraid of dogs, go near him or it and touch him or it. Good.
I think Sonia's directing this at me for my fear of dogs. I mean, look, it's yeah. I think it does depend on the fear, and I think Sonia's absolutely right that for a dog, like 99.9% of dogs are going to be fine if you go up to them and you touch them and spend time with them. So again, it's kind of, I think for me, and as you said, Lauren, like I didn't have a dog when I was a child, so I didn't have much experience with dogs. So it's kind of that fear of the unknown.
Yeah, right? Absolutely. But this would be an easy one to try to get over a fear. Trying to think of some others. Flying, you could do that one pretty easily.
Well, I mean, in theory, yes.
I mean, okay, it's not difficult to purchase a flight and get on a plane. That's what I mean by easy. It might not be easy to go through the process, but to try to confront your fears or face your fear of flying would be an easy thing to try to accomplish.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, I think it really does depend on the fear. Yeah. So dogs. We got Elisa. Hey. It's first step in the case. Next step is to confront it. So yeah, to be aware. Yeah, this is nice. I might say to acknowledge. Acknowledge the fear. And then the next step to confront it. I wouldn't use the preposition with Elisa. Just say confront it. Okay. But yeah, really nice. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so I have to acknowledge something.
Yeah.
To be aware of it is good as well. To be aware of, to acknowledge is to know about it, basically. To know about it and consciously know about it and choose to know about it.
Yeah. Luke says, what does it mean to be aware? Yeah. So again, this is kind of so it's to kind of be conscious of something. I would say that's the synonym, to be aware, to be conscious of something.
Yeah, so you can be aware of many things.
Yeah, if somebody walks into my room, I don't look at them, but I might be aware that they are in the room behind me.
Exactly. Or when you are walking in the city, you can be aware of your surroundings. Yeah. So you know the things that are near you. You are aware of them. You aren't just walking through the city without looking at these things or thinking about them.
Yeah. Okay, so a lot of people seem to think that we should face our fears. Okay, this is kind of what Sonia and Elisa and Luca are saying. Face our fear, attack it. I mean, does that always work? Lauren, you tried it with the snake? No?
I tried it, yeah. It doesn't always work. It doesn't. I mean, I guess I don't really know next steps because I'm just afraid of them. And it doesn't affect my life in a way that I can't continue my life normally. So I don't know. Because I can imagine that some people have fears that affect their daily life. Right? Okay. Like there's the phobia, agoraphobia, which means you're afraid to leave your house.
Yeah.
And so that would affect your day-to-day life.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to get over those types of fears that you kind of need to get over to function.
Yeah. Well, let's imagine that, let's imagine that your fear of snakes was affecting your daily life.
Like I work with you or something.
Yeah, you really or you lived with lots of snakes around or something. You really, really had to get over this fear.
I guess I would seek professional help. That would be the best. I would go to a psychologist or I would go to someone who is a professional.
Yeah.
That would be my course of action.
Yeah. I'm trying to thinking hypnosis. Do people use that for different fears?
Oh, yeah. People use hypnosis for a lot of things.
Yeah. Do you want to write it down?
Yeah,
Hypnosis.
hypnosis. It's funny because it looks like we have a psychologist in the house.
So yeah, Elisa, tell us, train us. How can we overcome our fears? What is the solution in your opinion?
I kind of forgot about hypnosis because some people think it really works. Some people think it doesn't. But I will say that my mother was hypnotized to help her quit smoking cigarettes, and it worked.
Nice, nice. Yeah, a member of my family, I think, used hypnosis to help with a fear of flying.
Okay.
I think it worked really, really well on the way there, but by the time they came back, it didn't work anymore.
Okay, so it was like a temporary fix.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So for my little fear of dogs, yeah, perhaps I just need to spend more time with dogs. If you're someone like Luca and you have a fear of heights, okay, that's something that's much more about instinct, right? It's about
Yeah.
sensation. So how do you think, like, any ideas, Lauren, for heights for a fear like that?
I mean, like in an actual situation to go.
Maybe, or just a way to overcome that fear. Jump out of a plane?
Yeah, maybe that's what I was thinking. Yeah, zip lining, bungee jumping, a roller coaster, maybe even because you get really, really high in roller coasters. But those are all just confronting the fear.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But perhaps if you're doing something like a roller coaster or jumping out of a plane, then you are combining a fear with something that you're going to kind of enjoy because you're going to get an adrenaline rush, right? So that
Yeah,
might help you overcome it.
good. Yeah, to like force your body to feel happy for a minute while you're doing something scary.
Yeah, and then you have like a maybe more of a positive association with that experience. I don't
Yeah.
know. We have a psychologist with us who
Yeah,
maybe
maybe
will tell me that this is nonsense.
all wrong. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe we're all wrong. But I feel like this is common knowledge to face your fears. That's what I feel like I've heard this my whole life, that if you are scared of something, you need to face your fear. I don't know where that comes from, but I feel like it's common advice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know who started it.
Yeah, I suppose it's the most practical way, isn't
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
to confront your fear. Yeah, in an effort to try and get better. I mean, you can just ignore them.
I mean, that's what I do. It works great.
Yeah,
But it's also, for me, it's not such a crazy deep fear. It doesn't, like, if I see a snake, I'm not immediately terrified. I just see a snake and I'm like, oh, okay, not gonna be here anymore. Like I can still be calm. It doesn't make me scared to death at all.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Same for me with spiders. I think just a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, yeah. So there's levels of fear, right? As well. There's like we said, there's ways we can explain those levels of fear. Like I'm the most scared of something or the least. And then also it's the way your body reacts or your brain and how you deal with the situation in the moment.
Yeah, yeah. Luca tells us here, try to do my best, for example, when I went to Paris, went up the Eiffel Tower, and then I felt proud of me. Nice, nice, really nice. I would say I felt proud of myself.
Yeah.
Fantastic example. Yeah.
Great.
And guys, here we go. Lisa, very quickly. There are different theoretical tendencies in psychology. Psychoanalytic is not for me. Practical ways are to increase awareness images to confront it, and the last one to face it. Okay, there we go, guys. Definitive answer from Elisa. Let's all go and do our peers. Okay, I say let's go and do it. And this is the end of our lesson, the end of our webinar. So, guys, thank you so much for your time, for your contributions. Have a lovely day, and we will see you soon. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining us.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye bye.